as an artist, we work through a lot of like, does happiness feel corny?
You know, it's interesting. You know a person for so long, and you continuously get to know them better as time elapses. And I feel like because I met this queen at such a early age that I've been privy, Tracy G, from the sweet, sexy, savage days to now.
Yep.
To witness her journey. So for me, it's a little different because I feel a little invested, whether she feels so or not. That's just my own imagination.
You better watch your pronouns there, player.
Okay, well, whether...
Shoot.
Okay, hold up, I got it. Whether they feel so or not.
Oh, goodness.
Yes.
I got you.
Work with me, please. You know, be patient with me.
It's all good. We
Thank
can
you.
use whatever.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Even in that part of your personality, under that part of your experience, your growth, learning and understanding who you are, you know, each project, I feel like I'm a step closer to you.
I love that.
This project?
For real.
Sometimes I wonder if too much information is too much information.
What you mean?
I'm just joking. This project, I feel like I really, not only did I get to know you, I'm knowing you better, but I feel like you know yourself better.
Absolutely.
And I could hear it when I watched your docuseries, the Blue Water Road docuseries with the road trip that you guys took. And I'm sitting there watching and I'm listening to you and I'm like, wow, she's really blossomed. They really blossomed.
You can use she too. It's
I could
okay.
use she. Okay. Well, give me effort for trying.
Thank you.
Come on, man.
I appreciate that.
Okay. And so here we are to celebrate this third album, Blue Water Road. I want to welcome her back to the show. So many questions. Tracy and I just had a whole dialogue about your project, and you weren't even here.
I love that. I hope it was good.
You know, Kehlani is here, man. Give a big round of applause.
Woo!
Big round of applause.
It's been a hell of a long time.
Yeah, I know.
Just off the back, so it's okay if I'm mixing up the pronouns.
Yeah, I use both she and they. It's interchangeable. I'm not like I'm not tripping too hard on either.
Shit, I lost sleep on that.
I have a lot of people that sit me down. They're like, I just have a serious question, like which one? And I'm like, well, that's why there's both.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's all good.
It's optional.
Okay.
It's optional. But I really do appreciate it. You guys are the first people to like make that emphasis in an interview in person. So
Good. Yeah, because there's some folks where, depending on their mood, maybe on a particular day, they're feeling more in their masculine side, or
they're
equal
neither.
parts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm easy.
Okay,
Nice.
you're easy.
Yeah.
She says she's easy.
Hey.
Hello, watch out. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my
Throw
god.
back.
I'm just joking. This project, even the visuals are really incredible. Before we get into it, how's motherhood?
Amazing. I miss my baby so much right now.
Yeah, that's
I
an
woke
issue,
up,
right?
Yeah, I woke up with the chest pain.
Mm-hmm. Do you communicate? Like, how many times a day do you communicate? with her?
FaceTiming all the time, and she's like, "You're at work, mommy. You're at work. I know you're at work." I'm like, yeah, "Okay, you understand." Then she's like, "I want to come to work with you," and I'm like a 6-hour plane away.
Yeah,
But I'll be home soon, so it's no worries.
she creative like you?
She's hilariously creative, like painting, drawing, singing, dancing, acting. Like she'll put on a movie and she'll do the whole scene in front of the TV for you, and then like involve you and like name you one of the characters, and like you have to have full involvement all day as whatever character from whatever movie of the day it is. So
Wow.
You gotta stay in character.
Yes.
I loved in the doc, part 2, Love of Others, and how you were mentioning how it's been so important for you to take inventory of the folks in your life, because the way that they pour into you or withdraw from you then impacts how you show up for your girl. And today is National Teacher Appreciation Day, and although we can look at that in a very literal sense, like our teachers in schools, but with you being a mother, as a parent, your child is your teacher as well.
Absolutely.
It's always that revolving door of teacher and student. What has she taught you that stands out now?
I think she taught me how important play is. I think in my career, or anybody that has like a everyday, requirement in their career, like we tend to get so like one track minded of just like work. But my daughter reminds me that, like, you know, nothing is more important than play sometimes, because in the career that I have, I can't do my job without play.
Yeah.
If I lose my play, I lose my creativity, and then no one's happy with what I put out. So then it doesn't even matter, you know. So she teaches me that I also have to have as much fun as possible. So
Amen.
yeah,
that's what's up.
How much does that matter? Like when you said nobody's happy with what you put out, how much does it matter?
Well, me and my friends. That's all I
Okay.
care about. Me and my friends,
Okay.
my team, my family, my mother. You know what I mean? I don't really care what anybody else thinks. God bless. I love that everybody loves the album. But my mother told me this was, you know, her favorite album of mine. And my friends tell me this is their favorite album. And I think it's my favorite album. So that's really all that matters.
You heard her right here. That's Town Business speaking right there. That's her pronoun. Town Business.
Look at you, interchanging.
She, they, Town Business.
Town Business.
Yes.
Being from the town, being from the Bay Area, we always have a knack to make something out of nothing, right? Yeah. We got that hustle in our blood. It's just something about that part of the country. I'm curious too, though. I watched you grow from early on to now, and you become a real master of your destiny, in my opinion, from looking outside in. Mm-hmm. I'm curious about what you've learned as a business person, you know, in recent years. What are some of the do's and the don'ts that now that you follow?
Yeah.
Do's. Make sure you trust everyone around you with more than just their job. You know, I think you have to trust people to be honest with you, to hold you accountable. I think you have to trust people to tell you, you know, what's going on, or else, you know, you might they'd lead you to a train wreck, or people will let you, you know, wreck your own train if you don't have the right people around you to be like, well, you're tripping, you know. You also have to just like trust yourself a lot. I feel like we also get into this headspace where like we invite so many cooks in the kitchen, and then like we're left at the end like, I don't even know what I want anymore. I don't even know what I like anymore. I don't even know what I want this to sound like. I don't know how I want to put this out. And you have to always balance, you know, getting the right feedback and the right opinions, and also being like, let me remember why I do this is because I know what I'm doing a little bit, you know? So that's definitely the biggest things that I think I've learned.
What is the biggest unfavorable choice you've made that you learned from in business?
Just having too many people in my business, not even on the business side, but just like not having boundaries with, like, you know, anything with the outside world, with people that I work with friends, with anything. I think that is maintaining a healthy, you know, like keeping my life to my life and keeping business, and where I mix the two, being super meticulous and like, you know, on it about it. And just also like, I guess unfavorable choice also is just like not, I guess you gotta check in more. You know what I mean? You really gotta like sit everybody down and be like, how is everybody actually doing? You know what I mean? Like, are we actually good? Like, are we maneuvering as a team properly? Are we all happy? Are we all eating? Are we all, you know, it starts this crazy ripple effect where like one person starts to feel something, and then like they talk to the next person starts to feel something, and then you have moving around with this unhappy team and you have no idea, you know what I mean? So I think everybody just has to like slow down, go out one night and be like, let's remember why we do this, and let's check in. You know?
We're having lunch. I'm taking the team to lunch tomorrow, Kehlani. That's for that reason.
Yeah.
You know, we gotta take the team to lunch. Blue Water Road is the project. It's out right now. I want to open up the phone lines, 888-742-3345. One of the songs, Wish I Never, I know you get asked about this. Children's Story is one of my legendary, iconic songs from my hip-hop treasure chest. We're from the Bay, Tracy, so, you know, our hip-hop roots run deep.
I could never forget.
So
every other line. We're from
the Bay. I'm not sure if y'all know that. People in the room, we're from the town. Who are some of your growing up hip hop favorites? Like, was Slick Rick one of those people?
It's crazy because I didn't grow up on hip hop. I didn't. I didn't. My birth mother didn't raise me. My birth mother was the hip hop head. The woman that raised me, my aunt, is a neo soul R&B head. So I didn't really even hear rap unless I was with my birth mother on the rare occasion. And then she was a super like Too Short, E40, like Mac Dre and Tupac head. So some of the only stuff I grew up listening to was those names, you know, that I just said. And then I hit this like hilarious. Not hilarious because it's beautiful, but like for me to not listen to hip hop and then I have this crazy random string of like, you know, deep conscious rap when I was like in middle school, and I was like really into like Mos Def and Common, and I was like, yeah, I get it. I'm unpacking, you know what I'm saying? And then I like balanced it out as I got older, and I started actually like, you know, diving in probably towards the end of my teenage years. But growing up, I really had no concept of it.
So this children's story song by Slick Rick wasn't even in your...
It wasn't necessarily in my... Like, I didn't have a playlist when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even have playlists when we were kids. But how do you not know that song?
Right.
You know what I mean? Regardless if you listen to hip-hop or not deeply growing up, that's a song that impacted your childhood. And then you had the way it was sampled and the way it was flipped into an R&B song that shaped my childhood as well. So then it was like... You know, I heard this song. I'm familiar with the sample my whole life. You know, but really I got to give my hats off to my producer, Pop Wanzel from Philly, because he's the hip hop head. And when he played it for me, it was so emotional for him playing it and him being like, yo, you don't understand. I was like, maybe I don't understand, but like, I love the song. You know?
Yo.
That could be enough.
That's enough.
Yeah. I love music. I know what it feels like. I know what it means to me when I hear it. You know what I mean? I knew it wasn't like I didn't know the song at all, but I'm not going to cap and act like I'm a hip-hop head either.
Right.
He's in front. I like that.
I do not lie.
But let's play the song, damn it, because I
too
love
good.
it. It's a banger. All right. Wish I Never. Kehlani is here.
Song?
Is that the wrong song?
There we go.
Okay. Wish I Never right there. Proud of this. Proud of the Bay Area is on fire right now.
Big facts.
Bay Area's on fire. You and her ever connect?
Absolutely.
Like on Hangout Connect?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Forever.
Just making sure. You know, a lot of new talent coming up. Shout out to Jay Walt. Shout out to LaRussell. You know, it's a lot.
He's so tight.
Ain't he?
He's so tight.
Who you watching right now?
I watch him a lot. I watch those like I don't know if it's like he's doing it on a platform, but I've seen him like rap live on a mic on camera a bunch of times, and those clips always go viral, and he's incredible.
He's incredible.
He's super tight.
Ian Kelly, ST Spittin'. I'm just naming all of these names because you were one of those names.
I know, it's crazy to think about.
Now you, as young as you are, you a seasoned veteran, dude.
Right.
You as young as you are, you like
crazy.
a veteran. You've experienced things people haven't experienced.
Oh man.
And then I'm sure they look up to you right now. Do you feel a responsibility to Bay Area artists, like the younger ones coming up, or old, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, I just think I owe it to also people who don't necessarily fit the mold of what we've been told as a Bay Area artist. I think I had a lot of struggle with that coming up initially, because I think there was all this pressure to like, you know, fit what the things have been laid out for us look like. But then again, I was the one, I was like, what about Guapale and what about Keisha? And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's also to me the definition of a Bay Area artist. And I feel responsible to, you know, showing all these, you know, beautiful nuances of the Bay Area too. You know,
I love that. I think we do that to ourselves in the Bay. We kind of
we really do.
And this is not a knock on the Bay, but I could say it. Damn it, we pigeonhole ourselves a lot.
Right.
We box ourselves into what we are visually. Sometimes what we sound like sonically. You know, as performing artists, how we speak the whole nine. That's why I've always liked what you do.
Thank you.
Because it broke the mold, and I knew that there were other artists like you out there.
There's a bunch. There's some amazing R&B coming out of the Bay. There's Tweed. There's Rihanna. I'm sure there's what's her name, Zaya. I don't know if it's Zia or Zaya. Laren Wong. Like, there's so much amazing. Like, just like really soulful, really special. Like, it still sounds like that classic. Like, not necessarily the sound, but like the energy that we all possess. All of them still have that like very cool, like, I don't really care, but I care because I love it, like, type of energy. And I think it's really, really special.
Well, thank you for adding to it, right?
Absolutely. Those singers that you mentioned, and just singers in general, Kehlani, has it ever like kind of tugged on your ego at any time in your life, something you had to get over with just seeing other women who maybe have a similar aesthetic as you, who maybe have a similar vibe as you, who maybe even the lyrics you'd be like, wow, that sounds like something that I would pen. Did you ever have to like detangle that form of comparison from your soul?
Not really, because at the end of the day, all of us are still probably inspired by another person a generation above us that,
there it is.
It probably feels that way looking at us. You know what I mean? I remember when I first came out and it was like me, Janae, and Tinashe.
Yeah.
And everybody was like comparing us to each other, but I'm like, we probably just listen to the same people and we're on the same wavelength. We're trying to change the same things and implement the same things, and, you know, how we're having fun the same ways, you know, things like that. And I mean, I think it's beautiful that so many people can exist at the same time. I think that speaks to really like community coming together to push all these people, because I think in generations above us in music, only one girl really could exist at once.
Right.
Yeah.
And if other women existed, they had to be completely opposite, and everybody had like one type of person that represented like this one genre. Yeah. And I think so many of us exist that kind of like are similar, and you kind of just, you can like all of us, and I don't feel like it takes away from any of us at all.
Like a friendship circle.
Yeah, I feel like I appreciate all my peers for different reasons, so.
No, she said friendship circle. I'm sorry.
Oh.
No,
But it's the same thing, yeah.
That's a friendship circle?
Because when you have like your friends, a lot of times you guys share the same interest.
Yeah.
You may have like this similar colloquial that you guys make up. You know what I mean? I say something, all of a sudden I see my friend says it, but it's just what happens. Human beings are meant to be tribal.
Yeah. And we're growing up in the same time. Like the same things are happening in the world. We're all like, all these people that are making music out of the pandemic are all probably going to be similar in some way in their drive or the way they come out of this, because we all experience, the entire world experiences.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And
we're
we have more
shaped
access
by our influences. Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow, Kehlani is here. Blue Water Road is the name of the project. I feel like we could sit and talk with you all day.
Yup.
I'm trying to meet you at the altar. That was a lyric in a little story, I believe. What are your thoughts of? I feel like
marriage. Did we talk about this before?
Yeah, I'm saying, did it change?
What did I say last time? Did I say I didn't believe in it or something?
Something like that.
I don't think I believed in love, really. I think that I went through a long period of really trying to figure out like what love was, and a part of that came from having to unlearn unhealthy love and realizing all the times in my life that wasn't love that I thought it was, and I was like, oh, do I even know what this is? Because I keep equating things that I would tell my homegirls like, ew, like that's not it. And I'm letting myself go through it, so clearly it couldn't be it. And I took a lot of like growing up and like even figuring out like who I like and what I need and like what is healthy to me and like what is nuanced for me to even, you know, grasp the concept of love. And yeah, I believe in marriage. I think it'll look really different for me.
Yeah.
I think it'll look like really on my terms and who me and my partner's terms and like, you know, what we both want and who we want to stand in front of and commit ourselves to, you know. And yeah, I believe in it though. I like it. I want to be with one person forever. I like that.
You want to be with one person forever?
Yeah, I think that's tight.
I do too.
I think it's tight.
Yeah, and you can customize it down the road if you change your mind.
I just felt like you had to be with one person forever.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not that you want to be.
What if they can be a bunch of different people because they grow a bunch too?
I've been saying that.
Oh, wow.
You marrying 100 people in one.
Yeah,
it's like 500 for the price of one.
I think it's super possible.
You think that's super possible?
Yeah, I used to think it wasn't though.
Yeah.
But I think that I was like always dating somebody that I was actually idealizing as like better for me than they were. And I was like, yeah, I can't see this because like I'm always prepared for there to be something better than this. And I had to really like, for real.
Yeah.
I think you meet people and you're like, oh, you try to make like I always say you try to make like a puzzle piece that doesn't fit in this last piece in the puzzle. And you keep trying to be like, what if I cut it a little bit this way? And I squish it and I do this, you know, but you have to just wait till you find the puzzle piece that actually fits. And it's not going to be perfect.
Okay.
It's not going to be perfect at all. But when somebody has 99.9% of things and the 1% is like, we can work on that because it's not a character flaw and it's not a deep fundamental difference. It's just like human things that people have to go through. I think it works.
I remember telling you last time I like the way you write because you make grown men like me it's relatable to somebody like me. So I just feel like I learned something from you again.
She elevates your EQ?
Absolutely. Let's go into some lyrics. Tracy, you want to touch on some lyrics?
Yes, I did. Yes, doing some lyrical breakdown.
It's the Lyrical Breakdown on Sway in the Morning.
This started way back in the 90s on KMEL, Kehlani. I just want to let you know. We was breaking down lyrics before there was a genius.
Amazing.
Okay, go ahead.
Originals.
Okay, you know
Originals.
what I mean?
All right, Kehlani. So we were just talking about how much we appreciate interludes and how I feel like that's been a lost piece of the art within R&B. So Shooter interlude.
Yeah.
Verse 2.
Okay.
This one in particular caught my attention.
Oh, shoot. I'm scared.
So I'm going to start off the way you started off. Before you blew up, knew you before you grew up. This is where things got a little tricky for me personally. Because I listen to lyrics while I listen to this. I
think
lyrics.
this confused everyone.
Okay, so that's why you're here. I used to babysit ya, dated your baby sister, wanted babies with ya. Your daughter's supposed to be mine.
Yeah. None of those lyrics go together fluently. Every lyric stands on its own. These are all things that people have said to me since I've blown up.
So they're all separate thoughts.
All of these things are like, when I wrote that song, I imagined myself in a room full of people who were just like yelling all these things at me.
Like headlines just going back and forth.
Exactly.
Okay.
I have heard in some way, shape, or form every line on that song. Like, no one's ever word for word been like, can you start up my startup? But someone has definitely been like, you for sure got enough money to pay for my app idea. I've been like, I don't know what you think this is, man.
Okay, right. So that takes us to the chorus. So can I borrow some money? Call me an Uber. My mama needs surgery. My son needs. Okay, these are all
standalone lines of the things I've heard in my in my position.
Artistry.
Yo, that was beautiful.
Everybody was like, I dated your sister and your daughter.
I was like, how you gonna babysit and then do that? I wasn't with that. I didn't know how to tell you. I'm usually on your side, but you can't be going out with the person you.
That's what we trying to figure out.
Oh no, I think there was a bunch of people who definitely thought that this was from my perspective, and I was like, oh shoot, that sounds crazy when you think about it like that.
So what's your go-to? I can't do it response when people ask you to invest in certain things, or how do you say it?
I'm just honest. I'm just like, that's just not where I'm at with it right now. Like I also really
simple as that.
But also like I really think that when I really believe in something, if I don't have the proper thing to actually support it how I want to, I won't do it, and I'll tell them that. Like there could have been so many times where I could have signed my friends, and I know that a record deal is. I think you should take a record deal when it'll change your life, and I haven't been able to offer somebody anything that will change their life per se. So I'm not gonna sign my friends and put them in a messed up position with me because I think my friends deserve the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if all this is like a bank loan and, a little extra push, I could just shout you out all the time and push you for free, but I don't have the bank loan I feel like you deserve. I'm still working every day. I haven't retired. I haven't bought my mother a house yet. You know what I mean? So I just tell people like there's somebody out there that actually has that.
You will buy your mother a house. I see that in your future.
Yeah,
I know that I will be buying my mother a house. Absolutely. That's my next purchase for sure. Absolutely. I had to square away my daughter first, but
absolutely, I like that. And does it affect the relationship? I've had friends who ask me for many of things. Oh, and when I said no, they no longer.
I mean, they're not your friends.
Yeah,
they're not your friends. Anybody who benefits from you not having boundaries is not your friend. So if I set my boundaries and I tell you like honestly this is just what it is, and you react negatively to that, you don't actually love me because you're not hearing me just be honest about something that really isn't even a problem. You know what I mean? I'm not being mean. I'm literally telling you where my life is at and what I can do and what I can't do. And if you take that offensively, you don't love me. There's no way.
Big facts.
Yo, man, I'm just a student now, man. I think next time you come up here, you interview me. You've gone through so much. I love it, but I love where you are right now. Let's give Kehlani a big round of applause. Blue Water Road Trip. What song do I want to end with? Wondering.
Oh, nice.
Let's talk about that song.
Nice.
I'm a big Thundercat fan. How did this song come about?
I was at a studio in Malibu, and me and Thundercat had been talking about music for a while. Excuse my cold, I'm all sniffly.
You clear though? You good?
No, we good. We got a million COVID tests. We're good.
Okay, cool.
And I just called him and I was like, oh well, if you're serious, like just pull up on me in Malibu. And he came over. He took his shoes off and he just started laying. He actually laid bass on a couple tracks on the album, but this is the one that we felt like was the star, and I wanted to keep his name on it because he's a flex. He's Thundercat. He's one of my favorite musicians. And he's just the truth. The song is about God. The song is a letter to God. The song is a letter to Spirit. And it's just saying, like, you found me. You forced me to surrender. You forced me to have to, like, break everything down and rebuild. And now, you found me wandering, and now I'm wondering. I feel like I went from a place of being very, very lost to now just being, like, very curious. And I feel like to some people that looks the same. Like I meet people now who are like, you're so removed and you're so like disinterested in all this, and like they take it from a place of like just being really like, I don't know, a negative emotion or something. But it's probably the most positive, you know, thing I've ever experienced. I think I know myself so much, and I know what I want so much, and I know what I want life to look like for me, and what I want out of my goals, and what I want my musical career to look like. So I'm in a constant state of just like in awe and like contentment, and also like curiosity and like fun that I never was in before. And I've definitely experienced people, you know, misinterpreting that all the time.
We got it right here, breaking it down to facts. You ain't got to misinterpret any longer, okay?
I'm here.
They are here.
Stupid. And she is here.
She's here, okay.
Like, I appreciate it, but it's so funny. I don't know why. It's so funny.
Because I'm trying.
No, I really appreciate it.
I want to respect that. You know, that's something that's new to us as a society that we got to, you know, I don't like when people say my name wrong.
I feel you. They say Sway wrong.
They say Shay.
They say Shay. I get that.
We've heard it more times than you would.
Where do you get Shay?
I don't know. Shade 4 or 5. They mixed me and him up a little bit, you know.
All right, I'm confused.
You know, but Kehlani, thank you for coming by this morning.
Yes.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Always good to see you. You will always have a lane here. I will always make you to feel hopefully great. When you walk in and when you walk out. I saw her when she was a tidbit. Woo! I was there, Tracy. I got to tell the story. I introduced her at Laney College. I was there.
Yeah. I remember.
Wow.
She didn't have leather jackets like this. She couldn't afford it. Just was not there. Hair wasn't done.
It wasn't. I looked crazy. You can Google it. It's Googleable.
It's Googleable, but she could perform. And that's what stood out. Me, Mr. FAB, Big Von, we were all there that day.
Wow.
You make us proud. Continue success, okay?
Thank you.
Absolutely. Blue Water Road Trip. You can find that docu-series on YouTube. Blue Water Road is out now. Make sure you get the project. It's great listening. Sit with your family. Dissect the lyrics. Have a conversation. This is Wandering. Shade 4-5.